Content includes topics of abuse, trauma, and violent thought. Content may be disturbing or triggering. Viewer discretion is advised. My named me. I'm fine, thanks. But don't comfort me. I will cry. Sometimes I just want to punch kids when they're annoying. The only reason I have not lost it at this point is because I imagine murdering someone in my head whenever they anger me. But for some reason, gore triggers me. My mom tried to kill me a few times. I'm a victim of and have been by my uncle when I was younger. Didn't realize it until I was 11. I frequently have nightmares if I'm not awake to keep them at bay. I've tried to hurt myself because my mom gave me up to a random family. I have more, but you're not ready to hear it. I tried to kill my little brother because he annoyed me so much that I just couldn't take it anymore. It was not my fault. I couldn't think straight. Then tried to throw him out of a window. He deserved it. I'm just sad it didn't work out. Not about me, but did you know? People's open up when they sneeze. Now try getting that image out of your head. Hate kids and will smack a kid if needed. Hands rated E for everyone. I don't care if someone is young as a toddler or as old as Queen Elizabeth. I treat everyone equally and will be mean towards anyone whom disrespects me. If someone will do me wrong in my lifetime, I will give them a taste of their own medicine, only twice as more toxic. I used to physically harm those around me or even myself. I started sleeping in the basement and would basically shut myself out. The one I hurt the most helped me. Now, my sister and I are super close. I literally can't be alone. But we're in quarantine. Having someone there helps dramatically. There was a time when I felt so alone that I made up a whole other person in my head. After a lot of time had passed, I genuinely thought they were real. However, one day, they stopped showing up. Now that I think back on it, that was creepy AF because they didn't have any features. Like they were pitch black and just sat there. I had my first suicidal thought at 8. Since then, I've always had a fear of knives. I've had thoughts about people before and almost acted on said thoughts before breaking down and crying because I don't know why I'm like this. Please read the entire thing before you judge and get the wrong idea. I know this isn't healthy and I try not to let myself get into toxic relationships, even though I seem to have a tendency to think this way. I know having this feeling is wrong, dangerous, and caused by extreme trauma. I feel urges to be treated this way but don't act on them. I feel like being emotionally controlled and manipulated, as well as obsessed over, is love. If I let myself, I will tolerate psychotic, stalking, and possessive behavior in the other. My family has taught me that's what love is. Even if it hurts you to stay. I constantly check myself and make sure I don't let anyone treat me this way so I don't fall into a toxic relationship again. Because if I don't check myself, I will. The thought behind my acceptance of abuse is, the more angry, obsessive, unhealthy, and controlling they become, the more they are thinking about me. I get a sense of purpose out of it and the feeling I'm useful to someone. I don't completely understand why I'm like this, but it scares me. Regardless, I've decided I'm not going to be with anyone toxic again. What I'm feeling is not healthy. Please don't seek out relationships like this. Death has been following me all my life. I've almost died from the following ways: fire, electric shock, at age 4. From sticking a key into a socket. Broken bones, cracked my head open, hit by lightning as I played in front of my house in the rain. Run over by a truck. I was a performer for the town festival. Stabbed by my grandmother because she kept pointing it at me. Poisoned when a kid thought he was clever by putting in a chemical. Sleep paralysis. Oxygen deprivation when a classmate locked me in a cabinet and I was forgotten for about 5 hours. Got out by 10 p.m. By a jealous friend of my mother whom used me to threaten her. I had a weapon cocked and tapped against my head a few times. Fortunately, the police arrived in time and had him arrested. Drowning in a swarm of jellyfish. Falling from a 20-story building but held on for dear life, and the janitor whom stepped outside to the rooftop saved me. It's not my time yet, but death kept knocking at my door. Not really disturbing unless you have a fear of it. I had a large shard of glass get stuck in my foot and it bled everywhere. My emotions are too intense and I can't control it. I love people easily, but I also hate them just as easily. I once had a thought about my entire family and running away, but then reconsidered it because it was too much work. I have too much hate in my heart. I have a bad temper, and I never truly forgive anyone. I'm in a constant battle with myself trying to make positive changes, but it is hard. My dead family members visit me in my dreams from time to time.